Yeah. So labor codes, yes, we all know there are four labor codes now, and rationale, yes, we will discuss. I think the next slide will discuss about the rationale, which are stated in fact, and more importantly, the changes are happening only in the labor center legislations, right? We all know that this subject labor as well as social security both fall under the concurrent list, and both the central government as well as the various state governments, they have powers to enact laws on these subjects. But whatever is happening now, I think people are saying on a rough estimate, there are 44 central labor legislations, and these legislations are now getting subsumed into four codes. And the rules are, of course, yet to be framed, right? The central rules are yet to be framed, as well as the various state governments' rules that is still awaited. And of course, the central government is working on it, and they are committing that they would be in a position to complete it before December. But I'm not very sure. But I think they have formed some expert committee to do that, and instructions have also gone to the labor secretaries of the states to simultaneously frame the rules, the state rules. And it is likely that the indications are that this could come maybe sometime in April 2021. So that is the indications we get as of now. And about the rationale, yes, as I said, this is what is stated, right? I think the economic reforms, it happened in 1991, I think during PV Narasimha Rao's government. I think liberalization, privatization, globalization, that happened. Since that time, in fact, the industries were asking for corresponding reforms in the labor domain. Right. And of course, subsequently during Vajpayee government, I think the second National Commission on Labor, it was formed, and they made a recommendation to bring the existing set of labor legislations into five codes: one on industrial relations, and second one on wages, third one on social security, fourth one on safety, and the fifth one on welfare and working conditions. Now what has happened? The safety and welfare and working conditions, that is now getting merged, and now we are coming up with government is coming up with four codes. In fact, this is the small history. And of course, in 2004, in fact, the political scenario changed, and of course, for the next 8 to 10 years, there were not much movement on these reforms. And again, the momentum gained sometime in 2014, 2015, and for the past 5 to 6 years, we are talking about this. And of course, we are in a situation currently we are in. So the code on wages, it got passed in 2019, and the other three codes, it was passed in September 2020. And the intention of the central government is to amalgamate, simplify, and rationalize all the existing set of central labor legislations into four codes. That is the idea, and that should lead to easy implementation also. And the another idea is to remove the multiplicity of definition. We all know, take for example wages. I think each legislation defines the term wage, and it differs from one legislation to another legislation. Similarly, the administrative part, the authority concern, I think it is also multiple. So the idea is again to remove the multiplicity of the definitions and the authorities. And the proposed codes would bring the use of technology. I think people call it as 4.0, right? We are in that stage, and it will further get advanced because it's ongoing again. So without technology, I don't think we will be in a position to survive, whatever be the case. So it is important again. But once the technology is applied, I believe there will be a consistency, there will be uniformity in doing things, and there could be transparency and also accountability. So those are all naturally that should follow when we use technology. And flexibility in dynamic factors. Say for example, the working hours. Currently, take for example the Factories Act. The working hours is common now across India for all the factories, right? But now what is happening is the central government is giving powers to the state governments, because depending on the situation in your geography, maybe the appropriate government can decide on the working hours. Just for example, I think a few things are also done. So dynamic factors, it may not be a decision by the central government alone. It could be it will be a decision by the appropriate government, for which of course we may have to wait for the notification from the appropriate governments. And the facilitation for ease of compliance and setting up of more enterprises, that thus catalyzing catalyzing the creation of employment opportunities. Again, whatever is happening in the labor domain, the labor laws, this should ideally help industries as well as the employment opportunities. That is the ultimate. Of course, stakeholders are important. Employers are important. Employees are important. Workers are important. Government authorities are important. But more than that, employment and the industries. That is important. In fact, so opportunity should be created because of these changes. Maybe in terms of multiplication of industries in our country, and as a consequence, the number of employments. That is the idea. Then penalty, if you look at in all the four codes, I think it is quantum. There is a quantum leap. It is going up from 1,000. It goes to 1 lakh, something like that, right? But at the same time, the compounding of offense, that possibility is also now there. But again, so the idea is again to make emphasis on compliance instead of just managing compliance. The industries should understand and really do the compliance instead of merely managing the compliance, or again managing one particular stakeholder. And of course, in case where the penalty is prescribed, which is of only a fine, where the imprisonment is not involved, there compounding of offense is possible. That opportunity is now given to the industries.